Dear Christians, never forget the unconditional love that God has for you. This person goes on to write, so many of you are still trapped in fear, but the truth is, you have absolutely nothing to fear. This is the message I felt called to share with you today. Nicely said. Do you believe this? Do you believe this person? Do you think there's absolutely nothing to fear? What would you say to them? Let's read some of the comments. This person says, good message. This person says, okay, but conversion, absolution has strings attached. Like celibacy, hate other religions, believe that a man contained on space-time is absolutely divinity, etc. These are the conditions that religion imposes on being saved. Okay, so they're saying there's conditions to it. Okay, let's just talk for a second about what this person commented. Below them, they're like, what are you talking about? And they said, God loves all of us, but salvation has belief requirements, right? Okay, I feel like so many people, I've talked to some of my family, because some of my family is like spiritual, but they don't believe they do believe in Jesus, but they're not like practicing Christians. I guess there's so many labels, like lukewarm Christian, whatever. They don't go to church. They don't really read the Bible. They just try to, be a good moral person. But, and when I talk to them about connecting with Jesus, and that I found a really cool, like recently I found an amazing church, so good, amazing. Okay. Like 10 out of 10, live music, just so friendly, so welcoming, just all the things I was looking for. When I talk to them about it, they bring up these very specific points about the Bible. They're like, well, I just can't get into it because one person said, like, because of the crucifixion. They're like, why would God, I just get hung up on Jesus being crucified. It just doesn't sit right with me. Or they'll talk about like other kind, like celibacy, other kind of things, and they like hyper focus on one specific aspect that I would argue they don't even fully understand. A lot of them haven't like read the Bible completely. They just hear a passage from someone else, or they hear an argument on TikTok or something, and now they're like, oh well, I can't get behind this because someone else said something about it. But like, what I'm getting at is they hyper focus on one detail instead of the overall message. And the overall message of the Bible, of accepting Jesus, of connecting with God and loving God and having him love you back, is a beautiful message. It's not any of these specific little, celibacy, hate other religions, like all these little things people hyper focus on, which aren't necessarily like 100% accurate. It's not the full picture. And if you judge a whole painting, if you're like, oh, well, this painting's garbage because this little dot right here, you might miss on what a beautiful painting this artist painted. What I'm saying is, like, the Bible is so much more than these little specific passages that people hyper focus on just so they don't have to accept Jesus, And it's like, it's sad because you're just like missing out. That'd be like saying, oh, well, I hate movies because of popcorn. And you're like, you don't have to eat popcorn. Like, that's not even the point of the movie. Like, you can go there and get popcorn. I mean, it does smell like popcorn when you go in there, but it's not about popcorn, And they're like, no, I heard people talking about buttery popcorn, and that's not for me. And I'm like, well, first of all, buttery popcorn is delicious. And second of all, it's not what the movie's about. There's actually a whole movie going on. Once you get inside, it's amazing. And they're like, no, I can't get past the popcorn. And you're like, it's not that serious. Like, don't focus on the popcorn. Go in, see the movie, enjoy it. You can experience, like, everyone's relationship with Jesus is so different. I'm in there. I bring my own snacks with me into the movie theater. I know you're not supposed to, but they don't really have healthy snacks, and I make my own homemade healthy snacks. They're delicious. Have you ever made homemade Chex Mix? It's amazing. I learned how to make delicious organic Cheez-Its. So that's my new thing. I'm making my own Cheez-Its. Getting off topic. Your relationship with Jesus can be whatever you want it to be, and people will be like, no, it has to be popcorn and soda. And even though there's nothing wrong with popcorn and soda, you don't have to have that when you go to the movies. You can enjoy whatever you want. And I feel like that's like people's relationship with Jesus and God can be very unique. And at the core of it, as long as you let God in your heart, you let Jesus in your heart, and you spread love and positivity in the world, you're doing it right. You know, like that's so much about the rest of it kind of falls in line when you just let God in and you just start living the way Jesus would want you to live. That's it. Like that, I feel like for me, that's like the main thing to do. Everything else is kind of like little other stuff. But let me know in the comments below. Do you agree with this person? Oh, we didn't even talk about the fear. They said there's absolutely nothing to fear. I agree with it. Fear is a terrible state to live in. God doesn't want your heart filled with fear. He wants it filled with love. And supposedly at the end of all this, throughout all the chaos, everything crazy going on in the world, God is going to save us all. And he wins despite how, how much stuff the devil gets into and how crazy it gets here on earth. At the end, God wins and we're all saved and we get to spend all eternity with God in heaven. So yeah, there is nothing to fear, genuinely. If you believe it, if you believe the Bible and stuff like that, God wins in the end. And that's kind of a great story to believe in. Like why spend your short time here on earth afraid when you can just believe that God has your back. He's amazing. Jesus is great. He loves you and you love him. And that at the end, they're going to save you and you're going to spend all eternity in heaven. Like, why would you not want to buy into that story? I get like you can hyper focus on certain things, but I don't feel like you benefit. Like in this fleshy existence, you'll be afraid and sad and mad comparatively to blissful and loved and, spreading joy in the name of God. I'm getting ahead of myself. As always, hope you're having a great day, a beautiful day, a blessed day. What would you tell this person? Is there anything you should feel? They say there's absolutely nothing to fear. I kind of agree with them. And when you truly accept God into your heart, it's kind of difficult to fear anything, really, because God's got your back. Hope you're having a great day.